We have not spent a dime of government money. Even all our e-gates, we are finished with Lagos, we are finished with Abuja, they are already using it. Kano, all the e-gates for Kano, the e-gates for Port Harcourt and Enugu, they are on ground as we speak. Installation starts, immediately the company, they are back from holiday. Think under President Obasanjo, the Jonathan and etc. And of course, it's a concession process in technology, opening of offices and whatever. So it's what we inherited. So of course, and there is no law in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the ICRC's Act gives room for public-private partnership. So I don't think it is wrong for the public to partner with the private sector. But what we should talk about is the justification in terms of the condition for concession and, of course, revert back clauses in contracts. That's what I think we should talk about. So basically, on what you have raised, this has nothing to do with the green card. Absolutely nothing. So that's that. Then we spoke about the how we do that the capital budget was capital release was zero, yet we were able to do our automation e-gates, the command and control center, resource centers, visa approval centers, solar farm, and etc. What did we do? It's just taken out of the box. We didn't spend a couple of government money to do some of those things. What we did was, we didn't enter into a new contract. Is to look at existing contracts and see how we can do value, what we call value proposition in management, to be able to look at, okay, what does this, for instance, somebody has a contract on issue of VACs. I'm citing an example. Yet he didn't build a VAC approval center. How do you do this? You can't take the easy way and not give government the facility that you're supposed to give. So what did we do? It's a matter of, okay, you are enjoying this privilege from government, then you just have to do this. For instance, somebody has a border control solution management. They implement the software part of it, and the hardware was missing. And of course, the hardware and border control is part of e-gate solution. And I would say, come on, you cannot design a technological person, because you cannot implement contracts half and half. You have to implement it holistically. So it's about bringing people back, accountability. For instance, the 4 megawatt solar farm, it's about $4 million. Everybody knows generation power, $1 million on the average per megawatt. It's about 4 megawatt. But what did we do? We didn't spend a couple of government money. We didn't enter into any PPP. We didn't enter into any agreement. No. What we did is, okay, you people you have this come and implement what is there. You must be accountable. You must. So it's about bringing people back and now designing a solution ourselves. In most of these solutions, I have to tell you, I consulted personally, because I'm an IT consultant of over 20-something years. What I've done all my life. So I brought my expertise into play to say, look, this is the solution. You can't deceive government. You can't do this. You can't be generating this. At the end of the day, you are supposed to provide this. You are not providing what you are supposed to provide. So it's about bringing people to every solution that we saw. I can tell you emphatically, not one naira of all the solutions Mr. President commissioned, only to millions of them, not one naira came from the public boss, from government boss, and not one contract was signed or maybe concession. It was about giving value to existing contracts and making sure that Nigeria gets maximum value for contracts that have been signed before now. And also, that's part of it. Well, maybe later, because I will talk to, I believe the chairman will still speak with the committee in Canada on our e-border solutions. Because, of course, those are not things that we can discuss in the private. We know the volume of what we have brought to bear. For instance, in Nigeria today, NIS boasts of one of the biggest data centers that we have anywhere in Nigeria today. We have one of the biggest. And of course, that's millions of dollars. But we didn't take a couple from government. It's about you enjoying a privilege and knowing fully well that government is not a charity organization. When government gives you a concession, there are things that you also have to give back to government. So if you do not fulfill your own bargain and you are benefiting from government patronage, then it is my responsibility as Minister of Interior to be able to say, hey, God, this thing you are doing, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And that is why today we see the whole of Interior, either it is the ministry, it is correctional service. I'll give you an example of part of what happened. When there was a jailbreak in Suleja last year, it took us time to be able to get data, even biometric or whatever. We couldn't share the information with other sister agencies. Apprehending people that escaped became a problem. But 2 months after that, there was flood in Maiduguri when the whole correctional center was flooded and inmates escaped. In less than how long? In less than 24 hours, DSS, all security agencies got biometric picture, whatever, all the data of something changed within 2 months, and it's bringing people back. Government did not spend a kobo to digitize or to do that solution afresh. No, it's about you are enjoying patronage. I'm an IT person. I'm not a civil engineer. It's about building. I might not know a lot about it, and I need an expert opinion. But I am an IT professional that has consulted for some of the biggest companies in Nigeria, some of the biggest multinationals. So my essence of it is bringing into form that experience and making sure we have value. So in terms of your question, we have not spent a dime of government money. Even all our e-gates, we are finished with Lagos, we are finished with Abuja, they are already using it. Kano, all the e-gates for Kano, the e-gates for Port Harcourt and Enugu, they are on ground as we speak. Installation starts immediately the company they are back from holiday. So all these e-gates across the whole country is absolutely not one kobo to government. It's about bringing people back to contract they signed as far back as 1999. Contract people signed in 2003. Contract people signed in 2005. Asking them to come back, do what you are supposed to do. You are making money. This is it's not when government gives you a concession, it's not for you to take the whole money. It's for you to also add value. So that if your contract is 10 years, is 20 years, by the time the PPP ends, there is a facility that government inherits and benefit. So that is called handback in project negotiation. And we came back and saw that the handback was not really there. Nothing was on ground. And we said no. We cannot. So that is what we have been. And I want to assure you, in 2025, there are a lot of these things that we are going to put our touch right and ensure that if you do not bring value back to government, then it is better you quit. We are not Father Christmas. That is the truth. If government has money to build all infrastructure, there will not be need for a PPP. The reason for a PPP is because bring your money, give us the infrastructure, let's share the profit. But when you talk about profit sharing without infrastructure, it is callousness, it's wicked, it's perfidious, it's unacceptable. And that's what we have done. So I want to assure you that we will do more in 2025 in regards to that. Then my brother spoke about hiccups in technological solution. That is not an NIS issue. It's a new issue. It is National Identity Management Commission. Part of what we did when we came on board is to ensure, because we had an issue, we happened, I think it was in the UK or it was UK. We saw Nigeria, somebody will have a passport bearing Bumi Tunjiojo. The same person will have a NIMC with another name. Some will have with the same name but different date of birth, different data. So there was identity proliferation. So what we decided to do, which I personally stepped into this, is to ensure that we can harmonize our data without spending money. And what did we do is to make sure that there's a handshake between NIMC and NIS, such that immigration will never take your data. Immigration pulls data from NIMC because by law, NIMC is supposed to be the custodian of all identity data in Nigeria. On this correction, I will take it up with DG NIMC, and you can be sure by the grace of God we'll do our best to make sure we improve on the process. Then the issue of the capital that my leader raised, we actually it was the envelope that we were given and part of our plea to the committee that Interior is a very sensitive ministry. It's a ministry that deals with border security, it's a ministry that deals with internal security, it's a ministry that deals with a lot of things. I mean, if the budget increases in terms of national budget, we also think Interior's budget should go up rather than to go there. There's a lot for us to do. There's a lot we want to do, and we want to appeal to the committee to use your powers of oversight and appropriation powers to be able to help us to look at this and probably provide more resources for us to be able to deliver on our mandates. Thank you.
Yes. Commending you, I also admire your energy. Yeah, on page 11, it's the budget item that just to me. Yeah, I would like to explain what you mean by stakeholder engagement, sensitization, enlightenment in the resolution of inter-ethnic 2024, page 11. Inter-ethnic and boundary disputes across 774 FGS of the Federation. This is page 11. Inter-ethnic wahala that you mentioned, you wrote new, then up, where under capital expenditure, I've seen purchase of teaching and learning aid.
Sorry, I can't see that.
This is your document. Page 11, the same page 11. And then this one here. Okay.
No.
Item 1 to 4. Item 30
That's one we are
15 million.
It's
off.
On this document, you have type page 270 and then handwritten.
Line number 7.
teaching and learning aid improvement. We are not dealing with this certification.
Okay.
Yes, direct capture.
Thank you. Is to the Honorable Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You could have been of Ghana, listen to that. So, Honorable Minister is enough. Sorry.
Okay. When you were appointed, I was there, and I was so happy that Mr. President appointed you because I know you have capacity and sagacity to deliver. You have delivered. But I have a particular issue which has to do with security, insecurity. We have porous borders, and a lot of people from other countries do enter our country through all these porous borders. As they are coming in, they come in with all kinds of weapons because we have arms proliferation all over Africa now. What mechanism are you putting in place to make sure that our borders are fortified, just like what is obtainable in our airports? To a reasonable extent, our airports are more secure than our borders. And we have a whole lot of borders.
It's okay.
So please,
No, these are exactly about numbers now.
Let me accept that as an oversight in this particular document, and I apologize for that. You raising it just brought the whole idea to a head. I think when I was looking through, I was looking at our statutory responsibility vis-a-vis where we are expected by law to generate money, which is a department called C&P, Citizenship and Business Department. But of course, for the tender fee, all funds are remitted straight to TSA. But for not stating it here, I apologize.
What I mean is that we want to know what the figure is, okay, as at 2024. And if it is possible, because I want to believe that the accounting system used here is what you inherited. We want to see the tenders over the last 5 years. It's important. Okay? I know these monies are normally remitted to the revenue account, but we want to see it. and I know why I'm asking. I was the vice chairman of the finance committee in the 19th, and I know why I'm asking this. Okay. Number two, I want to believe that all the revenues generated here have been transferred or transferred to revenue to the consolidated revenue account.
We don't even, it's paid directly there.
It's paid
e-payment.
It's e-payment.
Yes.
But they give you receipt.
No, I said it's e-payment. What we do is, that's the essence of the automation process I spoke about. When people pay, it goes straight to CBN.
But Your Excellency, they are supposed to be receipted. They are supposed to be receipted. There should be, hello, Minister, Honorable Minister, there is supposed to be evidence of ground remittance. Okay? That these monies have been remitted. Whatever question I'm asking here is based on the experience I've had. Okay? Being the vice chairman of finance committee, there are lots of leakages along the system. There are lots of people don't account. There are lack of accountability. Okay, in the system. Please ask for the receipts. Okay, or the evidence of this remittance. You should ask for them and have them in your record. Other agencies, other ministries bring them. They show them. They show us. Why can't you show us? Madam, you are busy whispering. Listen to me. I know you are the accountant or whatever. We are not doing the right thing.
No,
and you should instead of listening, you are busy whispering and confusing the minister.
Yeah, most distinguished. Apologies. She's just giving me information that I might need to pass across.
It's better to allow, because he is addressing you. It's your mind. I don't really want brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are talented, but also talented are multiple brains. So you are either listening to him or you are listening to her. And it would be unhelpful if the senator takes time to ask a question and the PAPSEC appropriate your ears. But let him make this point.
But I see that appropriate.
Not a big deal, but don't so again, PAPSEC.
Apologies.
You are free to make those to him or when he's free to do that. But the point being made by distribution of Jibril, for me, this is the answer you are providing. If I transfer money from my bank account to pay for a service, the fact that I didn't write receipt, I transfer doesn't mean I will not obtain receipt.
You will have to have evidence.
Right? Evidence that I have paid.
Yes.
So, both the first explanation of the PAMSEC and your explanation about E is not returning for evidence of payment. Otherwise, we'll be dealing with invisible transfers, and I don't think that is your intention. So I think you are right. The ministry needs to provide this evidence because if we are going to talk about budget, it's only to the extent that we have revenue that have been generated. Otherwise, the budget will not perform. And so, but this is just my comment on this. But there are other questions that have been put, including some questions we need a substantive answer. And
Yes, sir.
I saw, I think for the first time, Honorable Zena, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Chair, Co-Chair, distinguished senators, honorable colleagues, and our esteemed guests. Honorable Minister, Honorable Chair, I'm not moving far from the question my colleague, the High Chief asked, because I have that. I should say it, though I plead that I should.
Don't be apologetic.
Yes. So, High Chief has spoken about insecurity issues and the rest. I'm particularly concerned about that in relation to the Ministry of Interior because I come from Borno State. My name is Honorable Zainab Gimba. I represent Bamangarakala Belgium from Borno State. And I'm so concerned because 3 of my constituencies are at the border areas. And the 3 of them are equally affected by Boko Haram and are the most affected, even in Borno State. So I have gone through all the 2024 budget for the Ministry of Interior, and I have not seen anywhere where you have made any effort to make things different, maybe by looking at the borders or by maybe even looking at infrastructures at the border areas and or any other effort that you would have made to complement the efforts of the military in combating the insurgency around that area. One great thing I would like to mention, I did that last year at the budget presentation is that we have a border post, for instance, in Gabolu, in Benki, in Kalabaligi, and all of those ones, if you see it, it's not something to write home about. And this is an international border where we are expected to have something very presentable with a standard that at least if you come into Nigeria, this is the first thing you are seeing before you go in anywhere. So, Honorable Minister, what are you doing to make these things different? This thing has been existing like this for the past 2 decades or even more. Thank you.
This high figure is also as a result of that 27 project that is going on. I would want you to satellite more in that project, to have a lot of experts who are working there, to hope they are doing the right thing. Then, let us not pretend this is the National Assembly. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has shown gross incompetence. 15th January 2025, zero release. Let us not pretend. We know where the problem is. So for me, Chairman, I would want to say that if he has achieved this much without any release, you can imagine the magic he would have performed if there were releases. So I think that, funnily enough, this is the same everywhere. All the committees are complaining in all our engagement. Zero releases. This is not good for this country. We are National Assembly. If this policy is not working as was proven, I think, sir, we should ensure, rising from this meeting, I don't want to repeat myself again.
Honorable member.
Yeah.
Well, I think you are, it's like going to the church and electing the priest about the benefit of the they don't have, and you are not going to say anything to him that will make him grant to himself. So what we need to do, we reserve that to ourselves. I think we use this time just to hear what they are doing, why they are doing it, how much they have accomplished, what their challenges. That's it. When it comes to why the things are done or not done, I don't think we will take the story. We want to put those.
Let me land with my thought, please. Let me land with my thought. Let me land with my thought. My point here is this. I am not speaking to him as far as this issue is concerned. This is a recurring issue in all our engagements. I am speaking to Nigerians that are here, not just him. That this issue is very important. This office has failed us. The cost of money is very expensive, Honorable Minister. Contractors have invested their money, borrowed money from the banks at 30% interest rate. No releases yet.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Chairman.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
After the honorable member, the next honorable member.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chair. Ilela Boda. If you can pay attention on what is happening in Ilela Boda, there are some personnel that have stayed there more than necessary, and I'm sure immigration in particular, because I serve as secretary in Ilela local government. We always have the report of one problem with the other on the budget and doing so and losing that. So, and my one is to advise the minister to pay much attention, and by doing so, I believe they will improve their revenue generation by the grace of Almighty Allah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My own question is just two, but simple questions. I have concern on the issue of this data storage issue. Since in Nigeria we don't have a central data unit that will capture all data and store them, do you synchronize all your data, and how safe are all these data? I would want to advise this, the minister that NIMC is under him, population is under him probably, but these are places that store data. And these data of Nigerians are very, very important not to be leaked, because sometimes last year we had a proliferation of our data through NIMS. So please, Minister, should pay attention to this, because people's data in Nigeria is very important to them. And my second question again to you is on your overhead. In 2004, you had 809 million naira. Now we are proposing a total of 1.1 billion again in 2025. Now my question is, do you have retirements? Do you have death, dismissals, and the rest? Because my expectations is for the overhead to go down a little bit, not to even go higher. So are you anticipating employment in the year 2025 so that you'll be able to fill in that gap of over 300 billion? This is just my question to you.